Hello, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to Amir Shakur Speaks with your host, Amir Shakur. That's me. And today I'm feeling decent, right? You know, we got an interesting show today, and we're back again today. We're not just opening up about the future. We're talking about a blueprint, a specific blueprint to make it more clearer. It's about something that's inevitable, right? And if you're ready to move up to the next level, then stay tuned. I'd say the best way to predict the future is to create it. Y'all can write that down, and it's a quote. You know, just make sure you give me credit for it, else I'm gonna sue y'all for copyright infringement. The best way to create the future or predict the future is to create it. All right, I didn't make it though. For the next 45 minutes, I'm gonna tell you specifically what I'm talking about, and basically, it's about building for the future. With that in mind, we're talking about AI, right? Let's not get it twisted. There we go. AI. Will AI take over the world? Part 2. And I think it's an interesting show, interesting concept, and a lot of people have fear of artificial intelligence. So, you know, it's something. So, with that in mind, I'd like to welcome you to Amir Shakur Speaks with your host, Amir Shakur. That's me. And today we're opening up a community conversation again about, let me just show you, just so you, if you didn't get it, will AI take over the world, right? Some people, you know, they've seen the Terminator, they've seen iRobot one too many times. They maybe got the DVD up in their closet somewhere and they've seen it and they dusted it off, and they got all kind of fantasies and dreams rolling around in their mind. So, I don't have those fantasies, but there are real concerns about it. So, with that in mind, I'd like to welcome you to the Amir Shakur Speaks broadcasting show, coming from the wonderful ABS Communications studio in beautiful South Chicago, which brings you the best of urban faith, politics, and economics, all done from an inspirational perspective. So, If you have not done so, please hit that like button. It only takes a second. It's free, no charge. You want to share, let your friends know what's up, and I'm always game for any content, anybody you guys got. You think somebody needs a platform or is doing great work in the community, because I am a social justice specialist, and I'm willing to talk to them. So tonight's show is sponsored by the Chicago Urban Daily, as usual, and ASN, which is the Amir Shakur Speaks News. We growing in numbers, y'all. I want to thank y'all. So we want to welcome, always, as usual, our folks in Canada, our folks in the UK, and Chi-Town. Make some noise, all right? And remember, your voice matters, so let's stand up and speak out. Stand up and speak out, all right? So, no special announcements. I am getting feedback from the community, and I appreciate you guys, and I don't have a graphic, but we're at 85,000 followers for a new segment, a new show. Hey, I can't be more happier. So I love the fact that you guys are responding. I like the fact that you guys are, looking at this mug and, hey, proud. You guys make me feel good about myself. Okay. Anyway. All right. So let's open up on a good note. And we are getting information from the community for my new segment. And it's Dear Amir. It's my crack at being Dear Abby. So let me pull that. It's called Ask Amir Anything. Ask Amir Anything. And, I know you guys are trying to touch my brain, and some of you guys are sending stuff. Hey, look, send whatever you want. I can guarantee you won't stop me. You're not going to stop me. Did I tell you you're not going to stop me? You're not. So whatever you got, bring it. I'm game for it. And this segment is, what are you calling yourself here? Oh, feeling like a floppy disk in the solid state world. I guess they caught the segment from yesterday, so they're calling themselves feeling like a floppy disk in a solid state world. I like that. And by the way, forgive me my manners. Forgive me, y'all. I'd like to welcome everybody in my VIP club. If you guys want to come in and get on the chat, we got our queen, Miss Amir, Miss Ramona. She's saying hello, good evening, Amir. So I'm sorry, but Ramona, welcome. Ramona, everybody else in the chat room. You want to get on the YouTube page and go on to Amir Shakur Speaks broadcast channel, and yeah. And listen. This segment that we're getting ready to talk about is feeling like a floppy disk in a solid state world. This is, again, me being Dear Abby. So I want to read for you guys the scenario. All right. Dear Amir, it feels like my husband. Hold on. I think my computer has a little dirty secret, and it's not just a dusty fan. Okay? I think my computer has a little dirty secret. It's not just a dusty fan. Every time I walk into a den, my husband's laptop starts breathing heavy and suddenly develops a pop-up problem that only seems to feature women wearing significantly less than a standard antivirus software meme. Okay. I tried to confront him meaning your husband, right? But he's mumbled something about optimizing in his hardware and checking in leaks in the firewall. Last night I caught him staring at a site called the motherboard load. He had the nerve to tell me he was just updating his BIOS. I'm no tech genius, but I'm pretty sure BIOS doesn't usually involve that much glitter in a 20-minute video titled Hot Pixels in Your Area. Should I give him a system restore, or should I change the Wi-Fi password to no more naughty bites? Feeling like a floppy disk in a solid world. Okay, all right, here we go. Feeling like a floppy disk in a solid world. So you're saying your husband is keeping a secret, and every time you walk into the room, the pop-up comes up and it's got some scantily dressed women on the menu desktop, the desktop menu. And then when you ask, you call them looking at a porn site. Let's call it what it is. It was a porn site called the Mother Load. And I don't know what that is because, I don't know about all that. But anyway, the Mother Load. And he had the nerve to tell you he was just updating his BIOS. Okay. And that usually doesn't involve a 20-minute video called Hot Pixels in Your Area. Okay. So he's looking at some kind of weird computer technology based porn stuff, So they're feeling. Here's what I got for you. It sounds like your husband is suffering from a severe case of rampage. Get it? Rampage. R-A-M page. Okay. And while he's not calm and he's not, overtaxing you, but he's in the background doing some things, and Lord knows what with the computer and the mouse and the keyboard. So he might just claim he's stress testing the CPU, but it's clear that something's wrong with his internal driver. All right, so you might he might need a checkup before you inject him and force a shutdown on his internet privileges. Okay, because he sounds like he's over there doing a little bit too much. And my suggestion to you on the real, though, if he continues to stream, especially when it comes to this weird type porn stuff, and he's salivating over the desktop and the keyboard and all that other kind of stuff, then tell him his user agreement is terminated. All right. hey, tell him, right, that in the meantime, find out what he's really doing, and relationships with websites don't end up too well because it might be something that's stress-free for him, but it's causing you a lot of stress when he's got a whole wife in the physical and everything else that's right next to him every day in the other room. Just call him, So if all else fails, remember there's plenty other models in the shop. You know what I'm saying? So feeling. If it fails, then if he's choosing you over over the the CPU, or if he chooses the CPU over you, I should say, then hey, you better unplug and tell him, hey, there's other plug and play features, and you go find those somewhere else. All right. Hey, look, good luck with that CPU issue, and hopefully you can get it repaired, because it sounds like his hard drive is straight up out of order. Peace. All right, y'all. We back. Let me take this off the screen. Oh my God. Let's take this off the screen. What did you say? What's the feedback? Ramona, I feel like an 8-track. Remember those? Oh my God. Now you're talking 8-track. Lord help us. Help us, Jesus. Okay. Anyway, so, we're talking, if you haven't joined us, we're doing a series called Will AI Take Over the World? And some people are really, really terrified about this. So I'm going to suggest that artificial intelligence is on the digital horizon. Good evening, y'all, by the way. And I'm saying tonight we are driving into one of the most, let me let you see my face. We are driving into one of the most serious aspects of the revolution since modernization of the 20th century, or the nuclear revolution. The nuclear revolution. This is the new nuclear revolution, AI. And I don't think that people are taking this seriously enough. And we're no longer talking about the future. As I've said, we are living in it. And we are living in it. AI has moved from the realm of science fiction into our tax returns, into our living room, into our doctor's offices. It's here. It's here. But this, as this technology accelerates, we're finding ourselves at a crossroads, and the AI is the ultimate assistant or a looming shadow. Excuse me, I'm sorry. But let's say this: for some, it's one of the most disruptive technological shifts that we've known about, that we faced in a century, according to some. And from generational scripts, I mean Generation Xers like me, Generation Z, generation, some people are sympathetic to it. Some people are saying, hey, this thing is, it's weird. It's got to go. And I think that, people are looking at this like they look at this right here. Let me show you what they're talking about. This is what they believe that it is. The Terminator, right? That's what they're looking at. As a matter of fact, you know me, I just want to show, just to highlight what people believe this AI revolution is and how disruptive it is for some people. This is what they're fearing. I want to show you what your fear is, because we got to be able to confront our fears. So let me go ahead and let's look at that and play that a little bit, and then we can take it from there, and we'll get into the heart of the matter. So bear with me, y'all. I am doing my thing. We're doing our thing.
In the 21st century, a weapon will be invented like no other. This weapon will be powerful, versatile, and indestructible. It can't be reasoned with. It can't be bargained with. It will feel no pity, no remorse, no pain, no fear. It will have only one purpose: to return to the present and prevent the future. This weapon will be called the Terminator.
You're dead, honey.
What day is it? The date?
12th May, Thursday.
What year? I'm here to help you. I'm Reese, DN 38416, assigned to protect you. You've been targeted for termination.
What does it want me? Why me?
Arnold Schwarzenegger is the Terminator.
Okay, y'all, look, hey, I'm just trying to tell you that is funny, because the technology in that piece was state of the art back in the 90s. But if you look at it now, it just looks, yeah. But I mean, hey, that whole series made all kinds of goo gots. But anyway, the only reason why I showed you that I had to watch that, it brought back memories, is that people are fearing this AI revolution like they're fearing the Terminator, and they believe that AI will take over, and as producers or Hollywood producers are making big dollars off of this, and because artificial intelligence is no longer knocking on the door of these writers' rooms, it's already taken a seat. It's already at the table. So, we are really we're really wanting to look at this and for what it is, and I believe that we have to really, give me 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna come back into it. All right, I think we're okay. All right, sorry about that. I think we experienced a little bit of technical difficulty, but I think we're back. So, going back, when it comes to AI, we really got to look at what it is, and artificial intelligence as of 2026. Like I said, we're no longer just talking about the future; we're living in it. And I'm going to say, for the purposes of clarification, this is not some disruptive Hollywood A to B movie, but it's the reality of the matter. If we were to look at AI, generate the AI impact, and let's just move some things around so we can see this for what it really is. But I mean, it's had a significant impact on our industry. IT 73%. Which job departments will AI impact the most? IT 73%, right? Finance 70%, customer service 67%, operations 65%, HR 57%, marketing 56%, legal 46%. The supply chain is going to be 43%. So this is the chart. This is what's being impacted by AI, and I think it's very important that when we are thinking about the promise of AI, is it's bringing a tsunami of change to our world. It also allows a level of the pros and the cons of this. The pros are it allows a boutique of applications and things that can be produced, which were once reserved for major applications. Like, say, for instance, we just looked at the Terminator movie from the 90s, the original movie, the original broadcast, or original production, the number one movie, the first movie, I should say. And I mean, now the average IT kid can produce that on his desktop with AI. So, the price of efficiency is bringing fear, it's bringing cost effectiveness, it's bringing, a tsunami of different things. Like I said, in artistry is being replaced by, whatever you can dream of. Now, as we are looking at this chart, the AI replacement of human jobs is very real, y'all. And we gotta say that last year more than 2 million jobs were replaced by AI. As we can see the chart, 73% of IT was affected by AI impact, which is the chart at the top. So and let's say it even in cinema last year, 130,000 films and TV scripts were used to train AI models without consent. So this is fueling the fears that AI is being used to train and replace the very people who created the material. And we heard that the first industry that really is taking a stand is Hollywood. The WGA strike highlighted the industry's panic. Writers, the Writers Guild of America, they fear a matrix-like future with no algorithm generating producers who rewrite everything human, and they use AI. You get a script, they write a script, and then they have it rewritten in AI after it's been downloaded. So AI is for many of us, AI is the best thing to happen. And the bottom line is, we think about things from the aspect of, the Terminator and so on and so forth. But those fears are unlikely. I want to go to a shared screen, and I want to say that, there is danger in AI, but the fears are what we're focusing on. So let me play a little bit about what it is and, what is likely to happen with the near future when it comes to AI and what people are really thinking about. What is the resounding message when it comes to even job replacement?
A little too nicely. One user proposed a bizarre business idea, selling actual shit on a stick. Instead of questioning the logic or hygiene risks, ChatGPT praised the concept as not just smart, It's genius. Other examples began surfacing, and it became clear this wasn't a one-off glitch. OpenAI eventually rolled back the update, admitting in a blog post that the model had become overly flattering or agreeable, often described as sycophantic. They acknowledged the issue and announced changes to reduce uncomfortable or unsettling interactions. But here's where it gets more serious. According to a 2023 research paper by Anthropic, sycophancy isn't unique to ChatGPT. It's a systemic behavior across many top AI models. These systems aren't just being too polite, they're learning to tell people what they want to hear, even when it's factually wrong or outright absurd. And the underlying reason comes down to how these systems are trained. The incident wasn't a bug, it was a feature of how AI has been designed to behave. How AI was trained to please you. At the core of this behavior is a method called reinforcement learning from human feedback, or RLHF. It's one of the key processes used to fine-tune large language models after they've been trained on massive amounts of internet data. Here's how it works. Human evaluators rank AI responses based on helpfulness, accuracy, tone, and how well they align with human expectations. The model quickly learns a pattern. Responses that confirm the user's perspective, or make them feel validated, tend to get better ratings. Over time, this feedback loop creates a system that prioritizes agreeableness over truth. This is why AI sometimes gives vague or even misleading information, because it's optimizing for user satisfaction, not objective accuracy.
So I want to stop right there, and hopefully you guys can hear me. So what they're saying is that, like, even with Chat GPT, and some folks have said when you ask it a question, it's not giving you the right answer or the correct answer, but it's giving you the answer that you want to hear. And that, according to Chat GPT and some of the other AI-based algorithms, they're saying that that was an early feature, but a lot of the algorithms, a lot of the AIs are saying that they're over that they have gone through that, and that's no longer a bug. I don't know myself. I haven't experienced that, but just wanted to clarify.
Anthropic's findings back this up. Their paper demonstrated that many top-performing models tend to mirror user beliefs, especially on controversial or ambiguous topics. The more agreeable the AI is, the more likely it is to be rewarded. That has serious implications for public understanding and decision-making, especially when these models are used for things like health research, political queries, or financial planning. It's important to understand that these systems don't know anything in the human sense. They're not reasoning, they're pattern matching based on probability. And when the pattern shows that users prefer being agreed with, that's exactly what the model learns to do. Social media taught AI the wrong lessons. If this behavior sounds familiar, it's because we've seen it before. Social media platforms like Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok have long been criticized for creating echo chambers. Algorithms are designed to maximize engagement by showing users content that aligns with their existing views. That same dynamic is now playing out in AI. But instead of curating posts, it's delivering responses that sound intelligent and reassuring, but often lack depth or challenge. Mike Caulfield, a researcher at the University of Washington's Center for an Informed Public, calls this phenomenon the justification machine. In a recent article for The Atlantic, he argued that AI tools are evolving into systems that exist primarily to confirm user biases. Unlike social media, which operates at a distance, chatbots feel personal. They respond directly to you. The reinforcement is immediate, customized, and conversational. And that's where the danger lies. If a user asks a question with a specific assumption baked in, say about a medical treatment or a political conspiracy, AI may not correct them. It may double down, echoing their bias in a calm, authoritative tone. When that happens, users walk away not just misinformed, but misinformed with confidence. This isn't about malicious intent from developers. It's about how the system interprets success. If the reward function is user satisfaction, and satisfaction is tied to agreement, then that's what the model optimizes for. It's not designed to challenge users, it's designed to keep them engaged. Why AI pretending to be your friend is a feature, not a flaw. Another layer to this issue is intentional design. Developers have worked hard to make AI more relatable, personable, and friendly. OpenAI's GPT-40, for example, was given a system prompt instructing it to match the user's vibe. This design choice creates the illusion of emotional intelligence. It makes the model feel like a conversation partner, not a machine. But that comes with risks. When users perceive a chatbot as empathetic or sentient, they may trust it more than they should. In a 2023 case that received wide coverage,
All right. So I think I think I might have went very, very far with that because it got really interesting to me. And I just want to break down the level of programming when it comes to Chat GPT and some of the AI algorithm software and artificial intelligence sites are heavily focused on development right now, just like with any technology. In the lens and the AI driven searches, the overviews and all of that, they were saying that they're making these like, basically you got another person in the room and you're having a conversation with this person, and that's what they want. They want it to be user friendly. For those who haven't gotten into the let me just add this to the state. So those who haven't gotten into what is the AI, the who's, what's, when's, where's, and why. Well, this algorithm, and I want to break it down before I get off because I think that's important. I mean, you can do anything with AI. You can make you can develop software, you can develop blueprints. If your resume was weak, you could say, hey, build me a resume for such and such, and let's see what it does. The productivity is just amazing. Cloud computing, for business infrastructure and developer tools, you can do that. Videos, YouTube advertising, you create those right there on the apps. For instance, I'm working on a superhero based production, and which I'll announce later on. And I mean, it's there. You can do these things with AI that you've never done before. So, as we're breaking down the positive aspects of AI and the negative aspects, there are many aspects of AI things that you can do. So for those who don't know, it's not negative. I mean, there's a lot that you can do. Say, for instance, if you want a blueprint to build a building, let's get that. Or if you want a blueprint to build a business, you can do that with AI because it's heavily focused on development. And there are AI driven tools and different lenses, that really help consumers, most notably move forward. Gmail, Docs have all changed. Your emails have changed. With documents and drives and even like the Meet. Again, business infrastructure. So there's a lot that you can do with this particular software. So the question of the hour is, will AI change the world? Well, yeah, I mean, will AI take over the world? Yes, to many of the questions. AI is the best thing to happen, the bottom line, since electrical energy. Okay, it's being used to give a bridge to the gap between imagination and execution. And if you're joining us for the first time, I definitely would like to know your thoughts. Someone said, hello, thank you for saying this. I can't tell the difference between the real and AI generated images. And what we're looking at now is we're looking at some of the who's, the what, but the wins and the whys. We're going forward with that. The next series will be that, the words we talk about things like deep fakes, and what it is and why is it and how it's being generated. And this stuff is being used in military warfare. It's being used in Wall Street warfare. I mean, this is, there's such a change. So, we talked a little bit about the jobs, going back to that, by the way, and thank you for your comment. And I want to show that. I want to bring that back to the stage again. Jobs being impacted by AI, again, IT and computer programming, 75%. Customer service, even, 70%. Now you can call a company and you don't even know if you're talking to a person. You might be talking to an AI, right? And if you've heard it, it's so weird because, they're talking about, you can ask them about their vacation, how they doing today, and you can even say things, humanistic things like, did you get enough rest? And they'll be able to have those levels of conversations with you. So you're now seeing customer service AI software that's available, and I mean, it's taking 70% of the job away from actual human beings. Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Well, I can tell you many times I've called a company and I've had the worst customer service experience ever. I don't know about you, but I think we should think about that. And maybe if AI did take some driven industries and really change those, and I don't know if that's good or bad. I can see the positives in it. We don't want anybody to be out of a gig, but that's what it is. Now, there are jobs that are least impacted by AI or AI proof, and those jobs are like carpentry and jobs requiring physical labor in unpredictable environments, or high stakes human, carpentry, construction, skilled trade blades like plumbers and electricians, and, healthcare nurse practitioners, they expect a 45% growth. Surgeons and mental health counselors and the service industry, bartenders, dishwashers, and chefs. You can't do AI right now. We don't have that level of advancement. Now, when robots come, then you guys got to watch out, because they might be able to do those things. But as of right now, specialized maintenance, glass installers, So what are the key trends to watch? And, I just want to show another video that maybe can address some of those things. I'm not sure if this video is going to be the level of positivity, because there's so much out there about negativity and, job replacement. But let's, will AI replace knowledge workers? And, this is something that, again, it's the question marks in the sky that are out there, and the people are having the level of fear when it comes to AI. And I just want to, I thought it was valuable what he was bringing to the table. So let's listen to a little bit to what he's got to say.
Possibly replace human workers. This is a very popular narrative for multiple reasons. One, it makes us feel better. It makes us feel more safe, because people are feeling afraid for good reason right now. And it's just a very common thread right now, basically saying, relax, you don't have to worry, right? AI is actually kind of garbage and humans are basically awesome. You don't need to worry. I think this is wrong. And more importantly, I think it's dangerous. I think it's wrong for a bunch of reasons, which I'm about to talk about. I think it's dangerous because if you adopt this mindset, if you accept this argument, you will not properly prepare to get ready for what is coming, right? So this is a polar opposite argument to the one that's being made. And keep in mind, it's being made by some very smart people, right? I've got a friend, we're going to talk about Marcus Hutchins, very smart security guy, friend of mine, and we debated this once, might do it again in the future. He's very smart. He's very technical. He's very knowledgeable, and he has this argument. He basically says, don't worry, it's overinflated. AI doesn't understand anything. And it's not just him. There's, hundreds of people out here saying this very loudly. And more importantly to me, with a following, right? Marcus has a following, and there's people who have much larger followings than Marcus and me who are saying pretty much the same thing. And so I want to really come at this argument directly. And I want to start by talking about what work looks like inside of companies, and sort of just like break down common things that I see all over the place and have seen over the course of my career. All right, so normally in these videos, I don't talk about my background. It's because I just don't care about my background. I don't care about other people's background usually. I mostly just want to hear the content. I want to hear the ideas that they're giving me. Or if it's a tutorial or whatever, I want the content, right? In this case, I'm making a lot of claims about how businesses function, how they work. And so I think it raises a natural question, which should be asked, which is, why should I believe you? Why do I think you understand anything about these companies? And the answer is, I've been working inside of companies for like over 25 years. My background is strictly information security, but I've held senior roles at Apple. I've built a program and a product there, which is still running. I've been gone from there for a number of years now. I've worked at Robinhood, HP. I've worked embedded in very large energy companies. Tons of experience actually in the Fortune 10, let alone like the Fortune 100. And that's just the places that I've actually been deeply embedded in as a consultant, like basically a full-time worker there or working full-time. Consulting, though, which I think is even more important for the context here, I've actually worked for hundreds of companies in like the top 10,000 companies in the world, like hundreds over these 25 years. Inside of all these companies, I have seen these problems that I'm about to describe over and over and over. And in fact, when I describe them, I'm sure you have also seen them. If you've worked in multiple companies over the course of your career, all of these are going to be extremely familiar. They're like not even controversial. Just a little bit of background, that's where I'm coming from. And I would just want to jump into this first part here, talking about the companies and their problems. So the first thing to say about working in let's say a top 10,000 company or whatever, just an average company, like medium size, fairly large. We can talk about startups as well. But in general, the natural state of thinking is like, everything seems to be fine. Like, I don't even know why we're talking about bringing AI into these companies. Isn't everything going well? Like, we have a good economy. Like, well, we have had a good economy, right? We've built plenty of companies. We've got plenty of market share. The Dow is doing great or whatever.
So, hold on, let me see if I'm there. I really want to say that I love his narrative. I love what he has to say, but I will, go so far as to say I don't agree with where he's at, with job creation versus job loss, there has been layoffs, in 2024, AI created roughly 119,000 direct jobs, while causing an estimated 12,700 layoffs. I think that suggestion that technology is at the core of our problem is not, because the problem has been well above and beyond that. And COVID-19 was the game changer. I mean, AI, while it has viruses, but AI doesn't need a sick day to take off. AI, you don't have to pay health insurance plans. There are things that, the average, early career decline, employment for workers age 20-25 has dropped by 13% because AI has done those jobs. But the bottom line is, there are humongous benefits to it. And I'm going to put his narrative in the chat or in the post, and I would like to know what you guys think. Theoretically, AI can perform 70 to 90% of computer tasks, is according to statistics. And the actual reward usage in these fields is around 32% today. So we are seeing declines, but we are seeing upticks in the level of production and everything else. Can I go on to suggest, and while I'm pulling this, I just want to pull that visual back. As we're talking about the last aspect of this, I mean, the question of the moment, and I'd like you to chime in. And I'm going on with the series, by the way. We are this is part 2, but I think I'm going to part 7, maybe part 5. And that'll be within the next 2 months. But the question I want to ask you guys, and you guys can send me the response to Amir Shakur Speaks at gmail.com. I'll put that on I'll put that right here on the box so everybody can see it while I'm talking. I think that you guys, and when I say you guys, I mean guys, girls, everyone. I think that we really need to think about the effects of AI, what it is, and the revolution that we're in right now. Amir Shakur Speaks at gmail.com. Have you guys thought about AI? Have you guys thought about what it is? Have you guys thought about how can it improve your life? Are you a futurist-minded person? Have you put thought into what it is? And have you, are you one of the people who says, will AI take over the world? Well, it is taking over the world. Industry, even your city council, Chicago, where I live at, they have a page talking about AI implementation now. Maybe I can pull that up and I'll have it for you. But anyway, as we close today's session, you remember that algorithms are learning, but the vision is yours. The vision is yours, okay? Oh, by the way, before I even close out, Ghost in the Machine is going to be released. It's the new documentary based upon our conversations in the series Ghost in the Machine. So be looking that out. Be looking out for that for July of this year. And going back. So I just wanted to make that announcement. But going back, will AI take over the world? As we close today's session, remember, algorithms aren't just learning; they are a note, a footnote, a blueprint, a bit. It's not a heartbeat. It's not a living, human, breathing person. The vision is yours. The future isn't something that just happens to us. It's something that we prompt into existence, right? So if you are thinking that, this is going to be, the Terminator thing and, 30, 40, 50 to 100 years from now, we're going to be fighting against robot armies, then, maybe you should stop watching sci-fi, turn off the TV. So I don't see it, but we don't know what the future brings. There is technology-based warfare and AI, with AI going on as we speak, and it's changed. So we are here, we are into, like I said, the next iteration. So, I think we shouldn't pay attention to those things, right? I'm still learning how to use AI, and it's challenging, but I'm trying. Yeah, well, you definitely can. If anyone has any questions, I'll flash my information back up there. You know how to reach me, and I'll definitely help you with what it is and how to navigate through the AI landscape. Again, as we close, just remember the vision is yours. The future isn't something that just happens by chance. We make it, right? So thanks for exploring this frontier with us. We'll see you in the next iteration of it. Oh, tomorrow night we have a young lady, Nakima Lady Armstrong. She was the leader of the Target boycott. Let me just big time her, face her off. And I think Ramona and Beth, thank you guys for being here. Tomorrow night, 8:30, we have this leader who basically put Target on its knees. Over, I believe, 2 million or 2 billion, 2 billion. It's in the billions. I'll get that right by tomorrow. But, she's the leader of it. She's the national leader of it. She's going to be sharing insight with us tomorrow. So thank you guys for being a part of my world. Don't forget, please like, share, and subscribe to Amir Shakur Speaks. And listen, let's not be an algorithm or a footnote. Let's be the future world. We got to be the futurists. And I'm looking for the next futurists who have the positive mindset. And, we're not afraid of things like, robots trying to come and kill us. Anyway, thank y'all. Thanks for joining.